Coming up on City Spotlight, we are back on location, this time in Decatur at Millikin University. We'll talk with the new president of Millikin, Dr. Jim Reynolds, and Mary Black, director of the School of Theater and Dance at Millikin, about the new school year at Millikin and the impact of COVID-19 on Millikin, plus the latest facility changes at Millikin, including the opening of the new Center for Theater and Dance. Season 7 continues on location, and we're back in Decatur talking all things Millikin University here on City Spotlight. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com. Hello and welcome to another edition of City Spotlight. As you can see, we are on location for this episode. We are back at a familiar location, Millikin University, for this latest episode on Decatur. And we have behind us the new Center of Theater and Dance here at Millikin University, and we're going to talk quite a bit about that. But first off, we welcome first time to the program, the new president of Millikin University, Dr. Jim Reynolds. Jim, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I appreciate being here today.
Excellent. Glad to have you on. You are the 16th president of Millikin. We look forward to learning a little bit about yourself here at the beginning and also this new facility behind us and other things going on here at Millikin. Jim, before we talk about the institution that you lead, can you tell us about yourself, please?
Sure. I grew up in Decatur. This is my hometown.
Okay.
I grew up 6 blocks away from campus.
Wow.
Always had an admiration for Millikin, and so being able to come back to a terrific university in my hometown in this role is really almost a dream come true for me.
And tell us about where you were prior to being here at Millikin.
Prior to Millikin, I was at Wilmington College in Wilmington, Ohio, a small Quaker school. I was there for 13 years. 4 years as the academic dean and the last 9 years as the president of Wilmington.
Jim just told us that this is his hometown, so the opportunity to come back and lead this this higher level of education here in this community, what's that like for you?
Well, it's been great so far. People have been incredibly warm and welcoming to Sue, my wife, and I as we've come back to Decatur. The university is in really good shape. We've done a lot of really significant things over the several past few years. It's really been a pleasure to come back.
So you've been on the job a couple of months as we tape here on September 8th. Just to clarify when we are taping this episode, folks at home are seeing this for the first time in the latter half of October. So for you to come into this institution in your hometown, but it's during a worldwide pandemic, interesting circumstances. What's that been like for you here in these first couple of months?
Well, I give a lot of credit to the faculty and staff that were here prior to my arrival on July the 1st. They did a lot of preparation, a lot of planning, and we've just been executing that plan as we've gone along. I think that we developed a very good return to campus plan for faculty and staff and students, and I think we've been successful at that. You know, it's a day-to-day thing for us, just trying to see as far into the future as we can and make good plans as we go forward, taking good care of students and making certain that we can provide them with the educational experience that they deserve.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, as you just said, you had the plans were in place on how to get back to school here in the fall semester of 2020. Talk about the current academic school year. When did it start? And tell us how students are learning.
Sure. So this is our 3rd week of classes. We started on the 24th of August. We asked faculty to put together their proposals for how they wanted to teach for the fall semester. We wanted to have a mixture of classes, both in person, online, and in a format that I think everyone refers to as a hybrid, where there's a portion of the class that's taught in person and a portion of the class that's taught online. So right now we have about 70% of our classes that are taught either in the face-to-face format or in the hybrid format, and about 30% online, completely online.
Have you gotten any initial feedback from staff, students, both?
You know, this is a place that really desires to be in community with its students, and so being on campus for faculty and staff and students, I think, was really a wonderful opportunity. We're being really cautious. I think students have done a remarkably good job of paying attention to the public health guidelines that we keep trying to express to them and asking for their cooperation. They've done a terrific job of wearing masks and socially distancing. We've reconfigured classrooms so that we can have an appropriate number of students in the classroom and still maintain those guidelines. I think the feedback right now has been very positive. People have been excited to be back on campus. They enjoy being with students. And I think students deserve the opportunity to have this type of educational experience where they can practice performance learning, a really hands-on experience for them, with a good mentor or staff member or faculty member that provides them with good instruction and good guidance.
You're our first higher ed educator that we've had on the program. We've had some K through 12 educators on the program just prior to your appearance here. I'm sure the differences are very small, but from a higher ed perspective, to be able to change things at a moment's notice, that day by day thing, as you mentioned, what's that like?
You know, it requires a lot of really good communications between all different parts of the university. Making certain that we're doing the right things for any students that might test positive, providing good space for them to be in and still be able to do what they need to do educationally. We're a little different than a K-12 organization in that we have residential students, and so they're here in the evenings with us. We try to provide good programming for them. It's been a little bit more difficult given the conditions that we're under right now. We can't have a lot of the face-to-face gatherings that we typically do around this time of the year. My wife and I were talking just the other night that we feel somewhat guilty. It doesn't feel like we're doing enough right now, but it's because we just can't do a lot of those organizations or gatherings or dinners that we would host simply because of the conditions.
That's right. We are all limited in our respective jobs.
That's right.
Here as we're taping here spatially apart here. At least 6 feet I can tell. I can't reach you, so we're definitely taping 6 feet apart. All right, let's talk about some of the things going on here at Millikin. And the last time we taped here was last summer with your predecessor, Dr. Patrick White. A whole bunch of facility changes were going on at the time, and we're going to talk about this beautiful new facility behind us here in just a second. But you also had a lot of other facility changes going on in the athletic field.
Yeah, we've done a lot of work, and I give a lot of credit to Pat and Chris White for their leadership in laying this really strong foundation on campus. All of the buildings are in really good shape. We've had a lot of work done over the last year or so. The Workman family made some significant contributions to the university, and so we were able to upgrade and recreate really the softball and baseball fields. They're remarkable. I don't know if people have a chance to drive by them, but they are as nice a facility as I know of in Division III athletics. We've done some smaller projects, trying to take care of some maintenance in some of the buildings. We're refurbishing the locker rooms in the Griswold Center.
Right.
We refinished the basketball floor in the Griswold basketball arena. We've also worked with our partners at the Decatur Park District to install a wooden basketball floor over at the DISC, the joint venture that Millikin and the Decatur Park District have together. That will help not only them but also us. It gives us some additional practice space. We also finished a project where in what's called West Town, our exercise science programs were located. Finished that project. I think really a beautiful facility with a lot of really good space for that type of instruction. So a lot going on here.
All things that you just mentioned, we talked about with Dr. Patrick White last summer, so good to hear the updates on those. Thank you very much. Also, this facility behind us was just a frame the last time I was here. It's the new Center for Theater and Dance, and you walk into this job and you have this new facility behind you. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I feel like the luckiest guy on earth, right? I mean, it's a terrific facility. It is as state-of-the-art for those areas of study as any place in the world. Millikin has been known for a long time for their commitment to music and the arts, and this is just an expression of, I think, our commitment going forward. Great space for practice, wonderful space for dance. There's just so much good stuff in that building. We've been trying to conduct small tours with just small groups of individuals that played a really important and primary role in the fundraising and helping us to build this building, and they have all been uniformly impressed with all of the things, all the detail that's been taken care of in that building. I can't think of a better facility. And again, it's a testament, I think, to our expression that we believe that this is a vital part of our university. Right. And to build a building like that, I think, just says that we're taking it very seriously.
I see over your shoulder behind us the Kirkland Fine Arts Center. You have this facility, kind of the arts performance wing, I guess you could say, of Millikin. Performance-based learning, as Dr. White told me all about, and what Millikin thrives on. That's kind of your mission on how things go here at Millikin. To have this facility for students to learn and eventually, however things go with COVID, to be able to perform in here.
Yeah, the music and theater programs I think have done a terrific job of rethinking what they can do this fall semester. It looks like we're going to have more performances rather than fewer, but it'll be for smaller groups of individuals. Okay. There'll be smaller productions, but those students really want to perform, and that's part of their learning process here at Millikin. Being able to practice their craft and be able to perform for an audience is really vital, I think, to what they do. And so I give a lot of credit to the faculty and staff. They have come up with, I think, a remarkably good portfolio of performances for students to participate in.
As we talked about with Dr. White last summer, this is not only an addition, these facilities and new additions are not just for Millikin, but also for the city of Decatur to have people visit and enjoy the performances as well.
Yeah, I think Pat said in a speech not long ago that Millikin is Decatur's university, and I really endorse that. Growing up, I knew that there were a lot of things here on campus that my family and I would come to, musical and theatrical performances, athletic performances as well. I think that Decatur has a real jewel here, and I think that most members of our community and our county recognize that. I'm not sure that they come on campus as often as they should, right, just to see all the things that we have available for them and provide to them in the way of the arts and other opportunities on campus. And
are there any other facility things that we can talk about at this time, or is there any other thing you want to stress here at the beginning of the fall semester for you? Well, I mean, what a beautiful new addition to the community for not only Millikin and Decatur. Is there anything else you wanted to add here in our final moments here with you, Dr. Reynolds?
I think that what I would say is that Millikin has done just a wonderful job of thinking about who it is and who it serves. Right. I'm really proud of the fact that we serve a large group of first-generation college students, those students that are really looking for the opportunity to change their lives forever. And we provide, I think, all the support mechanisms that they might need in order to be successful here. So I'm just really thrilled to be here. This is an opportunity for me to work in tandem with a great faculty and staff and to try to make Millikin even better than it is now. And I look forward to that opportunity going forward.
We're going to have Mary Black, the director of the School of Theater and Dance, on here in a second, and she's going to talk about some more maybe intricate things going on inside this facility. What's your favorite thing that you've seen inside the new facility?
I guess a couple of things. There's the performance area for theater has this incredible movable stage and lots of really great seating. The dance studio. If you had come to look at what we were using for dance space on this campus prior to this is such a significant upgrade, but the dance studio is the big glass partition that you see over our shoulders on the second floor. It's magnificent.
Well, plenty of visuals that you've probably already seen and more coming up in our next segment, but we'd like to thank the first time on the program, Dr. Jim Reynolds, the new president at Millikin University. Dr. Reynolds, it's been a pleasure talking with you here on City Spotlight.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. We look forward to talking with you in the near future. Thank you.
Okay.
And coming up next here on City Spotlight, we'll continue on location here at Millikin University in Decatur, and we'll talk with Mary Black, director of the School of Theater and Dance here at Millikin. But first, let's take a look at some of the upcoming activities going on in Decatur. And we're back here on City Spotlight, this on-location episode in Decatur. We are at Millikin University for both segments today on this episode on Decatur. And in the second segment, we welcome first time to the program, Mary Black. She's the director of the School of Theater and Dance here at Millikin University. Mary, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sun is in full force today for us here, this late morning taping here on September 8th. That's when we're taping. Again, behind us is the new Center for Theater and Dance behind us, facility that Mary works in, and we're going to learn a little bit more about that. We talked some with Dr. Reynolds in the first segment about this awesome new facility. But first, Mary, you're a first-time guest to the program. Can you tell us about yourself, please?
Absolutely. So my name is Mary Black. I am the director of the School of Theater and Dance, and I've been in that role for 4 years here at Millikin. Before that, I taught technical theater here, so I've been teaching in the faculty in the School of Theater and Dance for 10 years. And before that, I got my theater degrees at the University of Iowa and Indiana University.
Okay, very good. Midwest places there.
Indeed.
All right, so we've talked about here on City Spotlight, first with Dr. White last summer, about performance-based learning here at Millikin, and obviously with the School of Theater and Dance here that you have. Tell us about your comments on the performance-based learning that you have going on here at Millikin.
Well, performance learning has always been a part of what we do in theater and dance.
Right.
It seems to be naturally go together.
Right.
And we've been really excited that the university has built on that idea in terms of putting our work out there and really performing the work we're doing in a public way for audiences and for the public and for clients in other areas. So we've been really lucky to be able to do that in really exciting ways in the School of Theater and Dance, in producing different types of work, theater productions, musicals, plays, dance concerts, theater for young audiences. So there are lots of different opportunities for our students to perform, but also to design, direct, and be involved in the production of a theater piece.
Excellent, thank you very much. As we talked about again on our first episode on Millikin last summer with Dr. White there, numbers of people have gone through this program over the years, some on screen, some behind the scenes. The students have a sense of the legacy and the outstanding level of talent and what they get here. Are they aware of that?
Yeah, I think they are. I think a lot of students have chosen this program because we have a reputation in the field, both in theater and in TV and film. We have a reputation for helping to create and build actors up who have a sense of self and of professionalism and are skilled and ready for the professional world, as well as technicians, directors, stage managers who are really ready from that performance learning to face whatever challenges they come across in the real world out in the industry.
All right, very good. Again, we're taping here on September 8th. Folks at home are seeing this in the latter half of October for the first time. There will be a virtual opening for the facility behind us, the new Center for Theater and Dance. So we are airing this episode after that virtual ceremony. Hope it all goes well for everyone. And it's a beautiful day like today.
Me too.
Tell us about this great facility that now it's your office, right?
Indeed. So the facility houses all kinds of new spaces for our students, our faculty, and our staff to both produce new work, new theater, new dance, new art, but also to learn in. So we have a brand new performance space, seats about 250 patrons once we are not socially distancing and can have those patrons in that space.
Yes.
And it's an entirely flexible space, so we can create different shapes for the audience depending on what the production needs. We can have the audience all face one direction, or we can rearrange the entire theater so that they're all facing the middle and everybody's close in together in an arena style environment. So that's really exciting for us to be able to adapt to whatever the needs of the production are. And then the space also houses all new learning spaces. So we have a brand new dance studio, which I'm sure you'll get to see.
Yes.
That features, it's beautiful and has a great deal of natural light and a great deal of open space for our performers to be working in. But we also have brand new technical spaces, brand new costume studio with new equipment for our students to be learning not only sewing costumes, but also building shoes and jewelry and airbrushing makeup and creating wigs, and a new lighting and sound lab that allows our students the opportunity to learn to program and work with all kinds of new state-of-the-art technology. So we're really excited about all of the new opportunities this creates for our students.
As we talked about again, referencing Dr. White, because that was my previous episode talking Millikin here on City Spotlight, and it's not just the students that are in front of the camera, it's all the behind the scenes, which I personally, again, I still prefer. I know I'm in front of the camera for this program, but the behind the scenes skills that they learn. And reading your bio on the Millikin website, your area of expertise is the technical. So
absolutely.
For this new facility, it's 2020, modern technology. How does this place stack up from a technical side?
From a technical side, it is top of the line. We are thrilled to have all of this new technology in our spaces. So a couple of examples of that include that the theater itself is all LED technology. There's no more traditional lamps in this space, which not only makes it hugely more energy efficient than any of our spaces have been in the past, but it also provides opportunities for students to learn on this new technology. You know, in the olden days, you used to just turn the light on and turn it up brighter or dimmer. And now you can use the computer to change the direction, the size, the scale, the color. So it's a lot more technology-based than lighting design used to be. And so there's a lot of new technology there. Also in the flexibility of the space, as we have to adjust the seating for different audience configurations, we also have to be able to hang anything we want. So we have new chain motor technologies up in a grid that really allow us to create and hang whatever we need, be they curtains or lights or speakers, in a variety of different locations throughout the theater. So we have ultimate flexibility, and we've really chosen new technologies for this space that help us to make that space more flexible.
Flexibility is a key word, and definitely have had to been a flexible year for everyone in all their tasks, jobs, careers. No different in education. So for this facility to be opening during a pandemic, maybe it's a little bit, I don't know if maybe if the correct word is moot, but we're taping here September 8th. So how has COVID-19 affected the start of learning and future productions going on here at the new Center of Theater and Dance?
Well, obviously COVID has affected everything we do in live performance. A lot of folks in our industry are out of employment right now, but we are really lucky to be able to be in education where we can find new and interesting ways to both teach and to produce our art. So in terms of classroom spaces, a lot of faculty are teaching in a hybrid environment. We've installed video equipment and microphones in all of the spaces so that faculty can be teaching to both half of a live class in person and half of a live class at home on their Zoom screens, so that everyone gets a little bit of live interaction with the faculty, but also is able to maintain social distancing. In terms of our performances, we're doing everything different this year. So we are actually sitting right in front of the location for our first show. We'll be doing Some Enchanted Evening, which is a Rodgers and Hammerstein review, out here on the patio instead of in the theater. So our audiences will be able to sit out here in the grass on picnic blankets and in camp chairs and able to watch that show out of doors. We are still limited on the size of that audience, so there will be limited amount of seats available, but we're really excited to still be able to produce. Our next couple of shows will both be performed digitally, so you'll be able to check out our social media and our websites for how you can view those. The first of which will be streamed on our Facebook account, and the second of which will be available on demand for paying ticket customers. So stay tuned for more information on our digital productions for the remainder of the fall semester.
Everything she just said there, for your avenues to find out where things are being done, how they're done. So very good. Thank you for that information there. And Mary, in our final minute here on City Spotlight, this episode featuring Millikin University here. Tell us about what you enjoy about working here at Millikin University with the School of Theater and Dance.
The people. I am very, very lucky to work with an incredible group of colleagues who are really committed to the education of the students as our top priority and are willing to adapt and be flexible in these crazy times, but also a group of students who are really passionate to be doing what they do and excited to learn. And so I feel lucky to come to work every day and to get to work with these people and create new art even in this new environment.
Well, it sounds like a global pandemic is not going to stop what's going on at the facility behind us, the new Center for Theater and Dance, and we appreciate the time on this episode with Mary Black, Director of the School of Theater and Dance here at Millikin. Mary, it's been a pleasure talking to you here on City Spotlight.
Likewise, thank you.
And we look forward to checking it out with performances on our next episode down the road where things may be a little bit more comfortable.
I hope so.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of you at home for watching this latest City Spotlight episode featuring Decatur and Millikin University. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to City Spotlight. You can check out past episodes, including the one you're watching right now, on YouTube. To check out recent episodes of Central Illinois towns featured on City Spotlight, search on YouTube, City Spotlight, with the show number and the name of the town. Listed on your screen are the last 5 episodes of City Spotlight. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com.